going on, guys? I want to welcome y'all back to another physical media news video. I feel like we just did one, but the hits keep on coming. So while I have the time and I'm available, I'll keep you guys up to date on this sort of thing. So yeah, we got some it looks like early announcements that kind of got out from Dawn of the Discs I want to look at with Scream Factory. We got a Kino title that I'm very excited about getting on 4K. So why don't we just get right into it? Try not to make this a very, very long video today. Get you guys in and out. How does that sound? Okay, guys. So first things first, Kino. So this was a Scream Factory title for those that don't know. Kino Lorber is getting the rights to Graveyard Shift, which is a 1990 Stephen King movie. I really like this movie quite a lot. I relate to this movie being that I work in a big plant. It's got that big atmosphere. They work in this big plant. There's this rat infestation in here. There's a really great villain boss in this movie. This movie is almost like turns into like this big catacombs movie. It's a little bit of an underground Stephen King movie. Like it's definitely got its fans, but when you look at the realm of Stephen King movies, Graveyard Shift is like pretty below the surface on one that gets mentioned a lot, which is a shame. I think it's a really, really good movie. Brad Dourif is in here, and he had Brad Dourif. Is it Brad Dourif? Brad Dourif. Anyway. He has a role in this movie that is hysterical, but he's so creepy and good. He's an exterminator, and he plays this wackadoo, and he's so good at it. So Scream Factory put this movie out on Blu-ray, which I guess was 5 or 6 years ago now. It's crazy how fast time flies. I feel like it was just recently, but I guess maybe it wasn't. Anyway, so yeah, they just got the announcement for this, that it's coming to 4K, but it's a title that I think is so good, but not enough people have seen. So, coming soon to 4K from Kino Lorber, Graveyard Shift 1990, brand new HDR Dolby Vision master from a 4K scan of the original 35mm camera negative. And knowing Kino, they'll probably have a new feature or two, which would be nice. I hope they do. Not too sure, but that should probably hit pre-orders and stuff soon if you guys are interested in that. Just a damn good movie. So very, very good movie. I really, really like it. I think a lot of horror fans would get a kick out of that. So there we go. That's Kino Lorber. We'll get the official announcement of that soon if it has not dropped by the time this video comes out. All right, so Scream Factory announcements have snuck out from Dawn of the Discs. The first one we got right here, guys, is Village of the Damned, which is a 90s John Carpenter film. It's somewhat of a less than thought of movie from John. I actually enjoy the movie, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's anybody's favorite John Carpenter film. I'm kind of interested to see this one coming out on 4K, but then again, I guess not really, because you kind of figure that this is just what Scream Factory does. They're not going to let go of anything John Carpenter related. That's for sure. Nothing John Carpenter related is going to get let go. So I guess it really isn't that much of a surprise. What they should have done, though, if they don't, is make a really cool looking steelbook for it, because I always thought the artwork for Village of the Damned was boring. So Village of the Damned is basically this movie about these creepy ass kids that show up. They got white hair, and they're weird, and it's almost like a sci-fi kind of movie, but it's definitely a horror film. But there is a really great scene with Mark Hamill in here as a priest. And there's a death scene in here that just disturbs me every time I watch it. But it's not John's best, but I think it's still pretty good. So don't know if this is something I would upgrade myself. It really depends on what they have special feature wise, to be honest with you. But if you don't own it, I say get it, because it's a John Carpenter film. It's a John Carpenter film is at least I think 2.5 stars to begin with. Out of 3. So you're starting out at least a 5 out of 10, right? But I think this movie's probably about a 6.5 out of 10 overall. It's not bad. Some pretty good performances, pretty big cast in here. So when Scream Factory announces this, and I'm going to assume these are their September announcements too, by the way. Yeah, they are. They have to be, because we got they do a couple months ahead of time. So yeah, they're coming to 4K in September from Scream Factory. So when we get the announcements for special features on that, guys, I'll be sure to notify you of that. But these will probably get announced soon from Scream Factory officially. It could be later today. It could be a few days from now. Just stay tuned. But yeah, that's going to be interesting, to say the least. Next up, guys, interestingly enough, we're getting a new Strangers 4K. This is a movie that I think is incredible. I really like this movie. Again, this is another September 4K announcement. They did a really good job on the Blu-ray release for this. It's really going to depend for some of these, like I said, feature-wise, what they do. I believe this says it's a 3-disc set as well. So we'll see. We'll see on that. I like that artwork. Liv Tyler was great in this movie. I really liked her in this. Yeah, I love this movie. So we'll see. I mean, this is going to be interesting to see on 4K. These movies that came out during this time, and what was this, 2008? I know I was in high school when this came out. So it's going to be interesting seeing how these movies look on 4K. I've had some pretty good experiences, guys. I keep telling everybody, the 4K for Dawn of the Dead from 2004, I was like, why does this look this good? This is killing me. Why does this look this good? So it's definitely good. So anyway, guys, yeah. You know, even though we've got some less than Strangers movies coming out right now, look at the bright side. For September, we're going to get a 4K of the original film with hopefully some new stuff, which would be really good. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. What else do we have, you might ask? All right, so this is interesting, guys. The Stepfather is coming to 4K. Now, this is coming out under the Scream Factory label, but interestingly enough, the original Stepfather Blu-ray was under the Shout Factory label. I don't remember if it came out right before Shout Factory was a thing or not, but I will tell you this. This is a bona fide masterpiece, in my opinion. This movie is incredible. It's one of the best movies of the 80s. I love it. So the Stepfather for me is an easy upgrade. I'm dying to see this movie. The opening scene of Stepfather is truly disturbing. I love it so much. This is such a great film, guys. So I'm very excited about this. And it looks like this is a 2-disc set based on this image. It's a little hard to see, but I believe that's what it says. So you'll probably get the movie on 4K and Blu-ray with the special features, more than likely on the Blu-ray disc. With Scream Factory, they haven't really done what we're seeing the other companies do. Which again goes to what my theory is, that all these overseas companies know that because 4K is region free, they're fighting for the American dollar and dollars all over the world, not just their region, which is why they're throwing the special features onto the 4K disc. That way you can access them easily, because if they put it on the Blu-ray disc, which may be region locked, that's going to cut out a lot of customers who will be like, well, I can't watch that because I don't have a region free player, which I've told people to get 1,000 times, but I understand if nobody wants to get it, that's fine. Can't make people get it. But my point is, Scream Factory has not adopted this that mindset. They're not worried about that, I guess. So they put all their special features on the Blu-ray, which, of course, Blu-ray is still a region-locked format. So, but most of you listening to this doesn't matter to you because you're in the States, so that's perfectly fine. But my point is, this is a great release. There's no excuse this shouldn't have new special features. I'm going to tell you guys that right now, because the initial release came out probably over 10 years ago now. So they should definitely have gotten some new stuff from this. But it makes sense that this is on the Scream Factory label. This is definitely a horror film for sure. The opening sequence of this movie, guys, I'm telling you, is sensational. You're going to love that. Let's move on. This is probably the most exciting one, in my opinion, guys. I got to say, the 2005 Amityville Horror. A lot of people love this movie, man. This was, who was this, Ryan Reynolds? Man, this is another September announcement. I remember watching this, renting it from Blockbuster back in the day, and I gotta say, I thought it was a damn good remake. So I'm very excited about this. I think this will probably be one of the better sellers for the month of September. I know I can't wait to get this and review this and watch the movie again. I thought it was just a pretty good remake. I don't think it's better than the original myself, but in terms of the remakes from this time, dude, I totally look at Amityville Horror as one of the better ones. So definitely hoping we get some good features on this. Don't know if we're going to get an interview with the man himself. That would be nice, but we'll see. But I think the big seller for this movie is definitely just the fact that it's getting a nice collector's edition finally from a boutique label. Guys, this is actually a pretty good month in my opinion, because this is showing, they're doing what I've been wanting them to do. Not in a grand scheme, but this is a step in the right direction. Like, hey guys, the movies from the 2000s, they're vintage enough now. I mean, we're talking 20 years plus for some of them. This movie's 19 years old. They've been around long enough to where people have conjured up feelings about them one way or the other. Positive, charming, all that sort of stuff. People have emotions, attachments to these kinds of movies now. Let's capitalize. Like, go after these movies. So I'm so happy to see they finally announced that they're getting the Amityville Horror, and that's coming out in September. Again, hopefully there'll be some good features on that. But I think the big selling point for this movie is definitely that it's going to be on a 4K format. It's going to be a big step up from the previous releases, guys. Another one we got, this one was a little surprising, I gotta be honest, was The Boy. I can't say that I really loved this movie, but I don't know. I saw The Boy too. I remember that one, and I didn't think that was horrible, but I don't think that. You look at the excitement to this. Look at the likes on these posts. You could see that this movie has not gotten the same love that a lot of the other ones got. But I don't know. This will be something that I might revisit and really look at the features to see what it all entails. But very interesting for them to get this, I gotta say. Very interesting. This is it's a step in a direction. I'll say that. It's up to you to decide if it's the right or the wrong direction. Because we could. I think a lot of people are just sick and tired of the old '80s stuff that they've had that they're redoing. But I don't know. Oh, by the way, guys, I've heard from multiple sources that probably in October, one of the big titles is going to be Night of the Creeps on 4K. Don't quote me, though, but I've heard that from multiple people. So probably next month when we get the October announcements, I would probably place a few bucks that Night of the Creeps is going to be one of the 4K announcements from them. But anyway, The Boys, guys. The Boy. We'll see. We'll see what we get with that. We also got this one. Guys, I don't know anything about this movie. From the director of Dog Soldiers and The Descent, a Neil Marshall film. Obviously, I know Neil Marshall. I don't remember if I've seen this. Doomsday. This is another Scream Factory title. It looks pretty cool. Survived this. From 2008. Coming to 4K in September. More info to be determined. Please, guys, you have to let me know what you think about this. It looks like they've got some excited people. We've got some excited people in the comments section here about this. So maybe there's something there with that. I have to look into Doomsday, guys. So I can't add too much about this other than the 2008 Neil Marshall film Doomsday is coming to 4K from Scream Factory, guys. So I don't know. I don't think this is a horrible month for Scream Factory. I really don't. One more thing. We got this. This is a Cape Light Pictures release for August 19th. Mississippi Burning. Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe. I always want to say William, but it's Willem Dafoe. I haven't seen this either, guys. So Mississippi Burning. So you guys have to let me know if that's good. I mean, look at the cast; it's probably sensational. But there it is, guys. So crazy stuff coming out. Very, very impressive, in my opinion. We get some with Amityville Horror. I'm very excited about that. I think The Strangers, Amityville Horror, will probably be pretty big sellers. I think Amityville Horror is going to be a big seller for them. So good on them for getting that. But let me know what you guys think about this, man. They're going for it. So I'll give them credit with some of these titles. I don't think The Boy is going to be a huge seller for them, but what do I know? I mean, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is your old pal CHH, guys. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.